I never get into politics because if I did, I would just be in trouble. There's some things I don't believe in. There's some ways I will not operate in. I don't believe in force. Other folks do, I do not. So anything forced to me is evil, period. And people have different ways of doing things. In my life, when I was young, I observed quite a few people that take a simple task like washing a window. Now, you can say that's a very simple task. How can that inspire someone to be a specific way when they are adults? Well, easy. Suppose you had somebody who wanted you to wash a window in a very specific way. And now you have two people washing a window. One does it in a wild way nobody has ever seen before. They're not killing anybody. They're not hurting anything around it. The result is going to be the same, but the method is just weird, right? Because you're not familiar with the method. So somebody comes in, they see people washing windows. I've seen this. No, don't do it that way. Do it this way. Strokes, vertical strokes, never horizontal strokes. Well, what in the world? It's going to be clean. It's going to be good and clean. No evidence of the method whatsoever. The outcome is the same, but you have a lot of people who are overly concerned about the method being different from what they have established. That's in my humble opinion, which probably does not matter to those folks who do this, but that's a control. That's a person of force who believes in this rule of force. That is Antichrist to me. That small thing is Antichrist, right? But here's why. To control a person in a method of how to do something is ridiculous. It is control. If you have somebody who has another method, it's much more efficient. They get the same job done. Nobody's being killed in the process. Let the person do it. If it conforms to what you're trying to do without damaging anything else, then big deal. That's like cutting grass. I've seen people do this. Don't cut the grass that way. Go from east to west. Don't go from west to east. Are you serious? Does that make a difference? No good. I know a woman, and I'm pretty sure she's still this way, but when I was young, she did not want her grass cut in a certain pattern. Now, if I go back to that neighborhood, I can almost guarantee her entire lawn is full of high weeds, because no one's going to cut her grass, period. So here's the end result. You have people who want things in the way they want it, done in the fashion they want it, right? They don't care about the results. They're overly concerned about the method of it being done. And so those people, they end up not getting it done at all. Nothing happens. Nothing is complete. Nothing is done. But then you have other folks who, by any means necessary, is going to get the job done. Or if you were in control of your lawn and you didn't care how they cut it so long as it looked nice afterward, they got the mess up and everything, you're always going to have your grass cut because you're an easy person to work with. But when you have a person who nitpicks and they want it done a certain way, they sit out there and they watch a person like a hawk. And if they sneeze, and you can't sneeze while you're cutting grass, then that person will end up with nothing, right? So long as things are decent and in order. In a Christian's life, why would a Christian get overly involved in the method? In politics, that's why I'm no good in politics, because a lot of people in Washington, they care about the method. They don't care about efficiency. They don't care about any of those things. They will preserve the stupidity of a routine over efficiency and actually achieving something that grants results. They'll keep a dumb way in practice that yields nothing over doing something a different way that yields everything. And so I can't get involved because that's foolishness. That is nothing less than exercising that spirit of control of which you find all over the world. Some of you guys have no doubt been victim of that control spirit, and you know exactly what that spirit is. It is an annoyance. It is one that does not allow you to have peace. I stay far away from it. Anybody with that controlling spirit in them has to also stay far away from me. I don't allow that to be in my immediate proximity. I don't do that. I believe in allowing people to do things in freedom. Let them figure that out, so long as the results are the same. And then if they don't do a good job, then celebrate what they did right and understand that they'll get it right in new methods. That's what this world needs. But we do. We're still doing things in a colonial fashion. That doesn't work in a place where results come in seconds versus years, but nothing gets done. To have a meeting, you gotta come up with a form to fill out to have a meeting. But then you have to pass a bill to come up with the forms so you can have the meeting. Then you have to, with the one who authors the bill, wouldn't you know it? Half a year later, they stand up. The ones who authored the bill stand up and oppose it. They don't vote for it. Yeah, it's a ridiculous mess. Nothing gets accomplished there. It's like a game, right? It's like something to entertain the rich. A competition, a chess game that's expanded. The only problem is when a pawn gets removed, it's a person that dies, and they do so at the expense of a lot of innocent people. I don't like that game. I don't see it as efficient. It doesn't work. There is something that does work, but they got everybody thinking it's their method of doing things. No, it isn't. It is the upkeep of morale. That's what makes things work. And so anyway, I can't do that. Can't get into that. It's even inefficient to speak about because you end up right back the same spot again, having no resolve.